Here we are with episode 11 of the Bush Boppers, and today's a special one. It is our ANZAC show. ANZAC Day this week. Big round of footy in multiple areas. Everyone's got a big round of footy this week. And but before we start talking about footy, we're going to start with polos are going to be coming in time for Magic Round.
Oh, yeah, baby. So we've had confirmed. I got the text message this morning that they are in Australia somewhere. So they're in Australia being sent around. We got them from Team Spirit, which are a Melbourne-based Australian company. They are here 29th of April. So I will be wearing it come Magic Round. We'll see how many people we can get to sign it, get photos in it.
That's just around the corner.
Coolers.
And I reckon if we get some big names signing that shirt, we should auction it off at the end of year breakup.
Oh, that's not a
cheeky.
bad idea.
I'm on fire today.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll be there. We ordered 50 coolers and we've only got a couple left, so I'll be taking a few of them, hand them out to a few. There's a few people big names that I know down there.
Give one to Willie and bloody.
Yeah, Scope. Yeah, so
and the Scope.
A few big guys that we've been down there. I've went every year since it started, so a few familiar faces. So very good. That's exciting.
And the first agenda of footy is we're going to start with the first round of games this week. Is on ANZAC Day. It's going to be a massive game of footy in Biggenden. I'm a bit upset that I can't play, but it's a fair enough reason by Matt. We'll get into that later. But we've got the first home game for Biggo.
Yes, so
6.5 years in the making club game.
Biggeden have got the ANZAC round. Now, they had already had ANZAC round in the when the draw come out.
Yep.
Some different things have happened, and there's been an unfortunate passing from a lady within the Mandubra club, and we don't want to make too much comments because we didn't know her personally, but from all the posts from Monto, Eidsvold, Mandubra, Gayndah, Central Burnett themselves, Sharon, she was just a lovely lady, and I do always remember her. That Tiger was always her in the crowds. So her funeral memoriam thing will be happening Saturday. So as the Central Burnett have discussed with all clubs, they moved it to a Friday night.
And everyone was agreeing with it because a lot of teams in the Central Burnett, as we've said, like we've talked shit with Bailey saying he hates everyone. Gayndah hates Monto hates Gayndah. Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone's with each other for the progression of the comp.
Yes.
And the best thing for the comp was Mandubra have the playing in the major game in Biggenden.
Yeah.
They weren't going to be able to attend because of the funeral Saturday, and everyone said, well, that everyone knows and loves her.
Yeah.
Game's going to be Friday, and everyone was in agreement. So
yeah.
I think is amazing for
and
the
comp.
No one kicked up a stink.
No, and there'll be people in the other clubs next that will be going as well. So just a very common sense decision. Yes, it's been moved to Friday night. It's just
Friday night footy.
It doesn't wreck your weekend. So, from a negative to it's going to be huge. Well, not really Friday night. I'm going to say Friday afternoon because the first game is Gayndah Eidsvold at 3:30,
which is good. Get it done early. I'm sure the Gayndah Eidsvold players will stick around. I know that they will stick around.
Yeah. So that's going to be a good game. We have not looked at any team list because usually don't get put until Friday, but obviously they're playing Friday, so they probably are today if I jumped on and looked.
And I've got my tipping sheet in front of me here. I'm going to tip Gayndah.
The Goats?
I'm going to tip the Goats.
Tipping the Goats?
Well, just purely based on the fact that Eidsvold turned up with 10.
Yep.
And we've gone to Gayndah's training and I've seen what they've done, and they're a much more mobile, faster side than Biggenden, and Biggenden had 20 points on them in 15 minutes. Yep. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring one if Eidsvold turn up. Even if Eidsvold turn up at 19, I'm still putting Gayndah by 30 plus.
Well, there's no team list yet, so I can't do that, but I'm going to tip Gayndah as well. Thank you. So that's 3:30 there, the first game. There's going to be an ANZAC ceremony happening in the middle of the two games. I'm helping out Biggeden doing the emceeing because I just love the sound of my own voice, and everyone around me, I'm going to say that they love it too, which you don't really get a choice.
I would assume a lot of people will be hearing my voice on Friday afternoon as well, because I'm going to be absolutely off my tits at the One Day races.
Yeah,
Conan, come get autographs.
Yeah, Conan is not attending this game.
If only we had the dress shirts we talked about. I wish I could have worn. But next ANZAC Day races, hopefully we'll both be able to attend and we'll be in our dress kit.
So, which I'm not mad at because I love footy. I'd rather be there than the races anyway. But
and as I said, I was going to delve into. I did ring Matt Curtis early in the week. He hasn't picked me because I have been slacked. I haven't been training with Biggenden. I haven't trained Biggenden for a couple of weeks now because I've been training with Childers, playing their games because I was missed Biggenden's last game. I trained with Childers last week, and he said they've been getting 19, 20 fellas twice a week. And I said, you know what? I'm actually not even upset that you're not picking me because there's 19 fellas that live in Biggin, live and breathe Biggin. That's their first team. And they're training twice a week. They deserve the spot more than me. I don't give a fuck if I was fucking Ryan Pappenhausen. They get kicked in front of me.
It's a good problem to have, which leads into this game. 5:30, main game, Biggin versus Mandubra. As I said, in between the games, there's going to be a bit of an ANZAC ceremony when we go through the proceedings as you would at an ANZAC service. There's a bit of a chat about an ex-Biggin player who's passed away in the 6 years that Biggin haven't had a team, and he was involved in the army, armed forces, military, something around those lines. So there'll be a bit of a service around him in the middle. Anthems, we'll keep all the teams on the field, and then once that's over, we'll go into the main game, and I think his wife is doing the coin toss. So that's for the main game, which is Biggin versus Mandubra. The Monto Roos have a bye, which I'm upset about because I love getting around them in the bar.
Oh, they're fun. They're fun to be amongst,
they're a good bunch of blokes, so I'm sad about that. And then next weekend is Citrus Cup, and I'm at Magic Round, so I'll miss them again. So I won't see
Reese's going to be off ya.
I won't see him until round 4 in Eisvold. So, so main game, Biggin versus Mandubra. I just jumped on. There's no team lists up now. I am tipping the home dogs, Biggin, out of loyalty. It'll probably bite me in the ass, but...
I'm doing the same thing.
Are you?
I'm tipping Biggin as well, only because this jersey here, fairly certain it is mine, playing A-grade for Noosa back in the day when I was a young pup. And when you're out there, you're on the field, arm around each other when they're playing the Ode. Especially when it's a home game, you don't lose them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the fucking ghosts of the Anzacs come down and say, you don't lose this game, Carl.
Yeah.
It becomes personal. You take it personal and you get on top. You get on top of your fellow man and you win that game at home, no matter what. Whether you come in last versus the Melbourne Storm, you win that game. So I just think Biggin's going to take it personal. They're going to be biting at the lip to play at home, not only at home to play 80 minutes of footy. And I just think it'll be a close one. But
I think it'll be close. I think it'll be much like the one before, like Monto and Mandubra last fortnight. I think it'll be a very close game. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, but a close game.
And I think Biggin's forward pack is just going to roll.
I think the forward packs might be the difference. Mandubra are very capable, very good backs. I think it's going to be really well matched, which is what we said with the Monto game. They both have big four packs and very capable backs.
Yeah.
So Biggin have got some more capable backs on board. We know Damon Bust isn't scared of going forward.
It's just going to come down to who grits their teeth the hardest.
Yeah.
Who really wants to get stuck in there and get hurt and get back up. So,
I think
that's Biggin.
Yep. Home ground advantage. I think there's going to be a huge crowd there, which is going to be great for the club, great for their sponsors. Very, very exciting.
Nothing against you, Kimber, but I think you're going to lose another tooth. Tomorrow.
And if they win, I'll be laughing because they'll be 2 for 2 and we'll be fucking none for none.
Cheer.
But very good. So that is the Central Burnett roundup. Now we're moving on
to the NDRL preview. And they're playing Sunday.
Yep, Sunday. At Avondale, home of the Tigers. I feel like Avondale have had an Anzac round before. I just feel like I have a memory of everyone standing with the anthem in the last.
I do recall that as well.
I feel like they might have had one.
I think we might have even played Avondale last year on their.
Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they've had one there before, so that'll be good. That's on Sunday.
We'll start from the start time wise. The first game at 9 a.m.
Yeah, so we'll go via times because we've got it written on our little board this week. So the first game 9 a.m. ISIS versus Agnes Water Pink in the Women's League tag
against the Young Guns. The Young Guns are Agnes. And once again, I think this tip's purely based on loyalty, but it's also based on the fact that ISIS have been getting 20-plus players to training because I have been training at Childers and I've been seeing them train. And Oatsy has been running the absolute...
FCKU out of them.
Whatever your word you want. They've learned.
That's a hard loss from Gin. They've now had 2 weeks of training, which they would have run 30,000 kilometres. I don't know I'm going to pick there. Do I go loyalty or not? I went on loyalty and it's bit me in the ass.
Yeah, well, I'm sticking with loyalty. I just think I haven't seen Agnes Pink train. I've seen them play. I think fitness-wise, they're even, but experience-wise, that's where Childers is going to get on.
I'm going to tip ISIS out of loyalty solely because Madison plays there, but if Agnes Pink win, it won't surprise me because they're a very capable, young, athletic team.
I think there'll be a lot of points.
They got a lot of confidence, that young Agnes team. You'd think they'd be a bit on the back foot being a lot younger, but they're not. They're not scared to dummy and run and get up in the
if they give that 7 time,
the 6 and 7 must be sisters.
They're exactly the same person.
They are, because that one when I said the 6 done the little grubber kick over and then sort of dropped it. It was the 7. And then I watched another little bit of video. I thought it was the 7. It was the 6. So they must be sisters or twins or something. But
Well, I think that's going to be when Childers attack. They can't give them time. Those
No,
two,
yeah.
If there's two of them, you can't give those two girls
Yeah,
time because
yeah.
they like going to the line. They've
Yeah.
got players. They run XYs. They've got good chat.
Yeah.
But so do ISIS. So I think whoever shuts each other down best in attack, obviously,
yeah.
the defense is going to win that
Yeah.
game for sure.
So I think that's a good way to start Anzac round at Avondale. Now the next game is 10:20 a.m.
ISIS again
ISIS.
versus the Red Hot Maggies.
Now, am I correct that ISIS have not beat Miriamvale last year? They didn't beat them in the fixtures. Did you end up playing?
Yeah,
them in
no,
the final?
we beat them the first time we played them
Oh right.
by 2.
Yep,
and
just.
then they beat us by 4 in Gingin.
Oh yeah.
And,
But
you know, that was
didn't
that-
end up having to play them in finals, did you?
No, because they got
Yeah.
knocked out.
So,
Yeah, so
technically, the last win was to the Magpies.
but I'm going to stick, obviously, because I'm playing.
You're going to back yourself.
I'm going to back myself in against the Maggies. But you know, they're probably one of the few teams that have exposed us as a team that can bleed. As
No, I think it's because they're much of the same team. Both teams have much of the same structure and players.
honestly, like we're pretty clinical. Maggies just a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, and
They
tough.
really
Yeah,
get into
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
it is. I haven't hit as hard as I have when
Yeah.
we played Maggies and Ginger. And a lot of those Magpies that are watching will know that I was getting my arse handed to me a fair few
Yeah.
rucks. But it went both ways. But just when Maggies were hot
Yeah.
and they were angry,
Yeah.
there were leaps
Have
and bounds.
you, as there people out, give us the inside scoop on ISIS. People out, people in.
Inside scoop, Jimmy's still
missing.
suspended. He ended up getting 2 weeks
Oh, yeah.
because he didn't win his battle.
Yep.
He didn't win his fight at judiciary, so
Yep.
that means
He's still out.
Zach Zaraffa will be moving back to half,
Yep.
and Banjo will be
Fullback,
playing
yep.
fullback. Flem, we still have Flem because
Yep.
the week off with Easter, he worked that week. He's back.
Oh yeah, so
Uh,
both Benzac.
Yeah, we got Ben Zach Fleming on board. I think Reevesy's going to get a game this week. Numbers aren't looking
Yeah.
great.
Royce playing.
Well, some fellas are saying he's not. Some fellas are saying he's he wasn't at training Tuesday because he was fishing.
I wonder if he's
There was no
playing.
Timmy Cole was playing touch.
Oh right.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't know. I
not
feel
sure
like-
what sort of a
I
team.
don't know.
I'll know more tonight after tonight.
Yep. So
But-
this is Thursday. Filming this Thursday morning. We'll be posting it. It'll still be Friday, so it'll be Anzac show.
Yeah,
So that'll be good.
I'll be able to find out more, but we won't be doing a show before Sunday. So
Okay. Well, what are you
Unless
going?
we film
You're
Sunday
tipping
morning.
ISIS?
oh no, we can't film Sunday morning. I
No,
won't
because
be
we'll be in Avondale from 5:30 a.m.
here. Yes, but yeah, I'm tipping ISIS. I just think that we'll get on top. Miriamvale haven't had. They're better towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
They had a late start to pre-season with their call for numbers, so I
Yeah.
think that's going to hurt them in these.
Well, they
in these
just had
bigger
that really
games.
good game against Calliope, and then they've had 2 weeks off. Will it be 3
Calliope
weeks
are
off?
much in the same boat with a short pre-season as well, but we've
Well,
had
they
a really
had the
good.
bye. They played in Calliope. They've had the 12th of April off, the 20th of April off, and so they've come off. I'm going to have Childers just because they've had a few weeks
Yeah,
off.
I just think Maggies
Yeah.
are still finding their feet a bit.
But
We're
it's
looking
saying that
pretty
it won't surprise me if they come out and win.
Well, we got an 80-minute training against South Callan 2
Yeah.
weeks ago, so
Yeah.
that was really. I think that was really good for our shape.
Yeah.
I just think we're going to get on top there. But anyway, we're digressing. We're talking too much.
No, we never.
Yeah.
Next game, 12 o'clock. South Callan versus Agnes Water Marlins at 12 o'clock men's game.
This is a tough one to tip.
Mm.
This is a tough one to tip.
Not much to go on of their previous. See, same thing. Everyone sort of had the week off. Who had the bye that first week? No, everyone's just had Easter off. I don't know.
I really don't know.
I'm not taking anything away from Callan just because that last game was such a blowout. Which is nothing.
Well, we
It's
said
not
it could have been
taking
a
off
closer
Callan. It's adding to Childers because you were so clinical. And if you're scoring and completing sets, it's no foul to the other team because they just don't have the ball.
That's just.
If the other team has scored the kickoff, scored off the kickoff, caught the kickoff and scored, that's no foul on them. You've just completed a set, and which obviously comes with fatigue and more and more. So the blowout, I'm not recording that blowout as that Childers were magnificent and South Callan were shit. They just didn't have the opportunity.
Well, we
with the
said
ball.
it
And
definitely
when they
could have
had the
been-
ball, they were dangerous.
Definitely could have been a much closer game, and South Callan just. They didn't get from the 10th minute to the 20th minute. They
Yes.
didn't get the ball.
Yeah,
That
and
was
when they
the
did
game
get it,
done.
they were fatigued, but
Yeah.
they were still dangerous when they had the ball. They've a lot of very talented players.
And I think based on that,
Yeah,
South Callan have got some fellas coming back. Is the word? That was the word coming out of the South Callan shed after we
Yeah.
put 70 on them. So I
Yeah.
think Marlins haven't got really good ball skills unless they've somehow learnt that in the
Well,
last 2 weeks.
well, that's the other thing.
And if
Agnes have a full team, and they have a few older heads of Timmy and the younger fellas that were capable. That 15 had a really good game.
And Marlins don't complete after they score.
No, but
So I think
Southland didn't either. So it's like,
I think it's going to be tit for tat, tit for tat.
Yeah,
and I think
so do I,
Southland will
yeah.
be the one that scores two.
are you going for Land?
Yeah, I'm going for Land.
Oh, I'm going Agnes. Then. I'm going Agnes just for the sheer fact of Timmy Mack and how dangerous they looked when they did have the ball. And with the 2 weeks, with the week off, Easter, I would assume that at training, that's what they would have been working on, was ball control, completing
Well,
sets.
Clan do have a good forward pack
Yeah.
when they're not tired.
Yeah.
And when we're not going two passes wide and running in threes. And so unless Marlins come out doing that, I haven't seen them running threes.
Yep.
I've really seen them get teeth and just get through their sets, but
Yep.
I just think South Clan come out on top there. They've got a bit more
You do?
skill. But they've got a bit more skill, a bit more pace in the middle and out wide, so I just
Yep.
think
No, that's fair enough.
Marlins can definitely muscle their way into a win, but
We've got an Agnes
See ya.
shirt up here at the end. I'm going to go with the Marlins for that one, just because we've got him up.
no, I'm going Sharkies.
Righto, 140, next game. Jin Jin versus Agnes White, back on Women's League tag.
I'm backing Union.
Yeah.
They're looking absolutely red hot.
Yeah, I'm going to go
honestly.
Jin Jin for the sheer reason of trying to win a tipping comp. All right, not by choice. But no, yeah, they are red hot form. Agnes White obviously had that loss the first week against their Agnes Pink team, and then they had the bye last weekend, so they've had that week off, plus now they've had Easter off, so they've had 2 weeks off. But in saying that, the Agnes White is the over 17 team, and they are full of girls that have been playing for ladies, not girls, that have been playing for a while. Yeah, a few of them were in the crowd at Childers the other day. So yeah, I think it'll still be a good game, but I think Gin are just going to prove too good.
I agree. They're just, if they come out of the blocks like they did against ISIS,
Yeah.
ISIS have a much better, more experienced defensive line than Agnes Water White, and I don't think if Gin come out of the blocks hard, I see them putting 20 or 30 points on before they know it's hit them.
Yeah, but not taking away from Agnes White, they are a capable team. I can't remember, I don't know any of their names because I have one of their team lists, but there's a lady that plays there. She's got dark hair. She's sitting near us in the bar. She's a great player. Great playmaker, knows what's going on, can read the defense. So they'll put it to them, but I think in points wise, Gin are just going to be too good. So that's the 140 game that precedes the 3 o'clock, the main game, the ANZAC round feature game, Avondale Tigers versus
the Gin Hawks.
Gin.
Well, what have we seen from Avondale?
I'm going Avondale. Doing it now. I'm backing them.
I'm just having a look at last week. Gin rolled Marlins pretty convincingly, but that was in the last 10 minutes, and Avondale only just got over Calliope with the old laydown.
Yes.
So in saying that, I'm gonna go Gin again.
Are ya?
They just look.
Are ya?
Mm-hmm.
Are ya? Really?
Gin just seemed to be more of a complete side with me, and that big fella's going to run amok through Avondale's middle because they just don't have the size.
Oh,
I just see Gin getting on top. They were completing sets against Marlins.
Yeah.
And that's NDRL, the team that completes sets wins. Like, Jesus Christ, we could have lost to South Clan by 70 if they didn't drop a ball.
Yep. Well,
that's just NDRL.
Yeah.
That's why I'm backing Gin.
All right. Well, I'm on the Tigers, and I'm sticking to Avondale. I think at home, too talented. I think they're, when you talk about the 3/3 of the field or whatever, they're too the outsides are a lot better than Gin's backs.
Yeah, it's a big upset with Tigers at home and on ANZAC round. And I know I was saying that about to take it personal. I just think Gin get up by less than 6.
Less than 6.
I'm
right.
going to say the line's drawn at
Yep.
line is at 1.5. Here we are. We're going to cut to a new segment of ours that we started last week that's gained a bit of traction, started a bit of controversy. You know, getting under people's skins, which 100% just our opinions, and it is what grinds our gears. Well, what grinds our gears this week, purely just because we travel, is early men's games.
Early men's games. 10:20 a.m. kickoff for A-grade men on a Sunday.
Rough.
Get out of my face. Like,
Women's league tag, are they a senior comp, as we were talking about last week?
Now, on
9 a.m.
Now, on this women's league tag thing, and on the things, right. Now, we've got to articulate ourselves so no one gets the little panties in a wad in our comment section, okay? I think, my opinion, there's 5 games every week. The first 2 games are women's league tag. The following 3 are men's. Unless you have a women's league tag, like Childers, South Galan, blah, blah, blah. Then you play women, 2 men's, the women's game as your lead-up game for a home game, and then the men's game main. This weekend, for example, they have 9 a.m. women, 10, 12 o'clock men. We go back to women at 1:40, which is Gingin and Agnes.
And
neither of them is...
Makes you think it's a Gingin home game, doesn't it?
Gingin women can play the second lead-up game when it's in Gingin.
Kalan versus Agnes should be the 1:40 game.
Yes, yeah.
And the women's league tag, it should be a 12.
Yes. I completely advocate that when you have, like at Childers, that they're women, they're the second main game, and they're men in the main game. But if you're hosting somewhere like Avondale or Calliope that don't have women's league tag, well, they're at the start of the day, mate. We want to watch, obviously, everything, but it's just the formation, right? We've given our opinion. We know league tag is a proper sport. We're the ones advocating for it.
We're the ones saying there should be two touchies,
etc., blah, blah, blah. So we know it's a sport, but this is an A-grade men's comp, and this is what's been added onto. You play the women first and then the men's.
I think the order of these games is grinding my gears a little bit too.
Yes.
ISIS versus Maggies.
Yeah.
That's potential for game of the round. That should be before Avondale versus Gingin.
Yes, they
at 1:40. That's still plenty early enough because Childers is 40 minutes from South Kalan.
Yeah,
so at Avondale, 40 minutes.
We obviously are just having our opinion, which we're going to do every single week about what we want. We don't know the insides of this. All the other clubs could have met with NDRL and said, "This is the way we want to run games." Good on them. That's fine.
ISIS said we want to be at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Exactly. And I know in Calliope they had the ISIS women's and the ISIS men, and they did that because it was so far for Childers to go. They wanted to get them done out the way so they could come home.
Get home at a decent time.
Power to you. That's great. I don't like it. I don't like ISIS playing Miriam Vale at 10:20 on a Sunday. No. The boys and some boys have made comments and went, "Oh well, it's good because we finish by 12 and we can get in the bar for the rest of the day and we're done." It's each to their own, but for our own, I don't like the early.
I think from the comp's point of view, they should be one ISIS versus Magpies later in the day.
Yeah. Oh well, and we're harping on about this ISIS Magpies, but it happens all the time.
Unless they want people in there drinking at 10 a.m.
Well,
and they're there all day.
Childers last weekend, and they had them staggered because Childers women's had a women's game, but the first game of that day was a men's game.
Yeah.
It was Calliope and Avondale. And then they had a women's game, then men's and women's men.
Same with Calliope. Same with Childers going to Calliope.
They could have said, Calliope could have said, we want to play first so we can fuck off straight away. But they didn't. They stayed in the bar. Till the whole team past the women's game and the second men's game. So
they were arguing with each other when to leave.
Yeah, I don't know. All the other clubs could think that it's the greatest thing and it's better for the comp. I don't fucking like it. It also adds that we have to travel so far.
We are only in our 20s, but we've been amongst football for a fairly long time.
Yeah, I don't like this setup. And going through the draw, there's every club is different how they're running their home games. Like some are going women's, men's then. Other ones are going like a male game, both women's league tag and then 2 men's, which I don't mind. If
I think that's
if you're travelling the furthest, you might want to put that men's game first, but yeah, each week's different. Each week is totally different.
It must be up to the clubs. It must be clubs talking to each other.
Well, and we know that it is your prerogative when you host home games, when you're hosting. If you are the men's game and you want to play first at 10 a.m. because you want to be on the piss all day, or if you have somewhere else to be, that's your prerogative.
Well, Avondale's aware that Childers have a big following and a lot of people, and we like to stick around in the bar, and you'd think they'd want us playing.
Miriam Vale are travelling further. Maybe they've said so Miriam Vale can get home.
Yeah, well.
But then Agnes is no further than Miriam Vale, and Agnes White, I don't know.
So
we don't know. We just don't like the early games.
Mine's our gears because we live 2 hours away. The closest place is Childers, which is an hour and a half.
But it's up to everyone. You might like other people who live in Bundy might say, I'd rather play at 10 a.m. so I'm home by 3 o'clock and I have to work the next day.
Well, see, I wouldn't mind an early game.
Yeah.
On a Friday.
Yeah.
10 a.m.
That's the other thing. People don't want Sunday footy to drag on.
Yeah.
Like the main game is 3 o'clock.
I wouldn't mind playing 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah. I don't know. You're never going to please us anyway, but we're just going to whinge when we want to whinge. So.
Oh, we whinge about everything. Ask the referees.
Yeah, so if you don't like our grind our gears this week,
if you really have something nasty to say, unfollow.
Don't watch. Please don't watch it if you don't like it.
Man, this is going to sound rough. This is another thing. This is what was grinding my gears. This is what I wanted grind our gears to be about. And Brittany changed it to bloody early men's games.
What?
If you have nothing, this is going to sound like a second grade teacher. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing. If you don't like what we say, if you don't like our opinions, if you don't like us getting heated about your club and what your players are doing, Unfollow. Shut up. We don't care about your opinion. You care about ours because you're following our page. So if you don't like what we say, unfollow.
Yeah. Don't watch.
Jesus Christ. We're trying to get players on board and officials
Yeah.
and actual members of the committee,
Yeah.
not whingers and whiners.
Yeah.
All right? If you're a player and you want to hear us talk about it, have something positive to say about the other 40 minutes of show, not 5 minutes that pissed you off because you did it and because... So shut up. Anyway. On to part 6.
We're going to get cancelled.
Oh, by who? Saturday, onto a positive. Speaking of Noosa shirts, unfortunately I'm not playing for them. I'm on tour again.
Conan's on tour again. Now, if you're... A lot of people have been messaging the page saying how many does he play for. You can have, what's it called? Primary club, who you register with. Then you can have 2 active permits at one time. So he's got an active permit with Bigoden.
But one of those permits cannot border another one.
Yes, you can't. Yes, so Conan...
So I can't play in because that borders Central Burn.
No, Conan couldn't be playing for Wandai, Bigoden and Childers.
But I'm happy I can play for Swans because it doesn't border any of the cops, which is sweet.
Yeah, so that's good. So he's with them 3. Maroochydore is who he's playing for as the 3rd one. And this Saturday, another ANZAC round, baby. Noosa are very good at hosting. As you can see, this is their ANZAC jersey from, quite a long time ago.
2017?
2018. Yeah, so this one, pretty good looking one that Conan had. So they're hosting ANZAC round again. And Conan's going on tour. He's playing for the...
I'm going to be against the Pirates on ANZAC round. So I'm going to see what it feels to be against the home team on ANZAC Day. Because I'm usually the home team on ANZAC Day.
That's right. How fired up are they going to be?
Exactly. And I will admit now that I'm going to be very fired up for this game because I played like absolute dog water last time I played for Maroochydore and Biwa.
Yeah,
don't listen to the preseason boys. I played like absolute shit.
And that's an understatement. If anyone watched the episode, they would know.
So this is me. This is going to be me gritting my teeth and
redemption.
This is a redemption arc for me. Luckily, they were short a few numbers this week, and I had a spot for me to play.
Yeah.
You know, they were looking for size, not useless cunts. So hopefully, I can make up for that game. And you know, I'm very fired up for that game. I might be a little bit worse for wear after Friday night at the ANZAC Day races in Wandai. But I will be putting on my big boy pants and I will be taking the line on, no offloads, ducking the head.
Not trying to get a quick play or anything like that just yet.
No, just going to be very, very simple, very safe. Back to my roots.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm going to cop a lot of stink in Noosa. I'm a very well liked person in Noosa. Not after Saturday.
That bar. I copped it last year. Went there for that reef and beef challenge. I got peppered the whole time. I
was getting peppered on the field by the Reggie's boys playing for one guy.
Ben Webb and Scotty Hooper were just fucking going hammer.
Oh, Webby's going to let me know.
Yeah, and when I looked back in the crowd, all the other Wanda fellas were standing right with him and just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
they were getting into it too.
So I can't wait. A few of the A-grade Maroochydore boys, I used to play a bit of rep footy back in the day with them. They know who I am now. So Joey Mick was telling me. So hopefully they're peppering me from the field. A couple of Noosa A-grade boys that I'm still friends with, they'll be peppering me. All the C-grade boys that used to play Reggie's, they'll be peppering me.
Yeah, so full day at Noosa, so that's going to be really good.
I'm sure LA's going to be into me. He's going to get that. He's going to get that crowd control shirt off and get into me, which I'm just keen for it. I absolutely love this stuff.
Yeah,
not sure if you'll be there.
No, I'm not sure if I'll be there or not. I haven't decided. Our younger sister's going to if you haven't seen anything, the Queensland Maroons female team, they're having their launch Saturday night. So she's been invited to go to that. So I might head to that. Might end up
as a follow herself.
Yeah. As a former Origin great myself.
Future.
Oh,
future. You're former.
She's future. I'm former. Yeah.
Yes.
Many a games in the Maroon. Yes. So that'll be good. Very good Anzac round. Last thing we'll jump on is send us in your tips.
If you want to copy our tips, we put them up earlier.
Yep.
Send in your tips. This will be posted before the first game Friday, so you'll have time.
So this will hopefully get this chopped up and get this censored enough to be able to post it. Send us your tips. Now, it's the last week if you're a latecomer, if you want to join. So we've had a few actually when I posted that.
A few latecomers?
Yeah, really? Probably 5 or 6 that I've jumped on.
I've been into a few of the boys.
Yeah, so if you want to join late, the only thing is that you can join, you'll just start on the points of the lowest people, which is our media team, Madison and Will. They only got 3 out of 7.
I don't know what they were tipping.
So funny. So you'll just start on 3 points with them, but then Haley is the highest on 6, and there's 7 tips every week. So you could, if you pick the card this week 7, you're already on 10.
So if you just copy my tips, you're going to go straight to 10 points.
So yes, if you want to join late, just send your tips in. I keep posting it on the story. Just reply to the story. And yeah, this will be the last week anyone can join after what 3:30. So 3 o'clock Friday is your cutoff.
And also, we were just talking about before the show, we're going to be trying some different formatting with our posting. So if you like the new formatting, if you want us to stick with 10, 15-minute episodes on Facebook and Instagram, or if you like the new chopped up full episodes on YouTube, let us know. Let us know what you prefer. Do you want more in reels? Do you want 2-minute snippets?
What do you like? What do you don't like?
Well, full episodes on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram is going to be chopped up.
Yeah, just snippets, just bits. Yeah, so a lot of people liked the Team of the Week thing we did last week on its own video. Yeah. So that's going to stay as its own video regardless.
Grind Our Gears is going to probably be its own video today.
Yep. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to leave the full episodes. You can go to YouTube to watch from start to finish. But for now, what we're going to try over the weekend, and I'm going to try it for a week, is just putting little bits of it, like 1 to 2 minute clips of us like talking about ANZAC round, chop. And then if people like what we're talking about, want to watch further, they can go and watch it on YouTube. And
then we'll talk about that Monday because we won't be doing a show Sunday because it's Footy Sunday.
Correct.
I won't be here Sunday morning anyway because I'll be having to stay at someone's place in Bundaberg. So I have to drive 2 hours at 7 a.m. to get to my game at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so we'll be filming on Monday, and then that takes a while to edit, so it'll probably be Tuesday. So our posting days will be Tuesdays and Fridays. You'll see videos of us
most of the time,
unless there's no Sunday games, then it'll be Monday.
Yeah.
So Monday, Tuesday for reviews, and then Friday the previews.
Yeah, and that was episode 11 of the Bush Poppers. See ya Tuesday.